The art being created here is a form of expression that tells a story, all while uniting communities and inspiring anyone with the eye to see.
We are here at Soki's Magical Marketplace tonight, but they're combining the wizard world with their normal scheduled programs.
Eugenia and Kevin are maintaining the lives of millions of bees by changing the narrative and strengthening the relationship between bee and human.
Heard it here first, folks. But Morgan, we're gonna have to go because I think the Death Eaters are trying to recruit me.
With the Reindeer Farm's new additions is giving you and your family the chance to make new traditions. From India, Cuba, Africa, and even Australia, Dr. Modi is essentially bringing the world into the Barron County community. One local Corvette Hall of Famer is truly a hidden gem that holds a lot of history and is making an impact on the future. Willa Brown, an African-American trailblazer from Glasgow, Kentucky, has broken countless barriers in the United States.
Willa Brown's story is full of the word first.
Willa Brown is the first black female to hold a United States issued pilot's license and the first black female to hold a United States issued mechanic's license. And with all of her knowledge and some support, she went on to create the Coffee School of Aeronautics, where she educated everyone no matter what your race was.
Willa taught 200 Tuskegee Airmen. Those combat pilots went to Europe and protected the bombers that were flying into Europe and carrying our sword of freedom on their wings.
The journey that Willa went on to become the first in many areas of her life didn't come without any obstacles.
Of course, there was Amelia Earhart. Then there was Jackie Cochran. These are famous names in aviation, in the onset of aviation. When it was first getting cranked up, we call it the golden age. But Willa's mountain was a little steeper. They all had things to overcome. But Willa, not only did she have her sex, she had her race.
Willa Brown's story not only impacts the lives from long ago, it also touches the lives of generations here today.
We got kids that come through here, they want to see all the cool models that we have and see the cool uniforms and stuff like that. And I will ask them sometimes, have you looked up?
Remembering those who came before us can open doors that no one can shut.
She was an advocate for her entire life, not only for black flyers, but for pilots in general, people who wanted to learn to fly. She wanted them to have the opportunity.
In Bowling Green, because local matters, Carlyle Coppins, WNKY News 40. Most people know that petite pollinators are a necessity for our world. And for more than a decade, one local family is doing their best to introduce bees to humans so that they gain the knowledge needed to help our environment.
Bees are really intimidating, so the average person is not going to get in a beehive themselves.
Once people learn about the power of bees and become less intimidated by the pain, the connection will become stronger.
As we see the world becoming more difficult or anxiety-ridden, it is becoming more and more important for us to get in touch with nature and to hear the sounds that nature puts in our ears.
The calm feeling that bees bring doesn't just help your physical health, it can also help your mental health.
I don't know if it's the tone of the buzz of the bees or if it's just the idea that I could come out and just not worry about what's going on in the world today. So for me, this is like a relaxing time.
Eugenia and Kevin are maintaining the lives of millions of bees by changing the narrative and strengthening the relationship between bee and human.
Every time we get into the hives, I learn more from the bees. I look and see how their society works, how the colony works together, how they care for each other, because life and the way that all of nature works together is so important.
The bee species and humans have more in common than most realize. And when we all work together, the outcome will be pretty positive.
With all the problems that we hear about and read about with the bees, if we could just help them, multiply in numbers and be able to pollinate, that's one of the benefits.
In Butler County, because local matters, Carlyle Coppins, WNKY News 40. Tucked away in the heart of Glasgow lies the sweetest place to be during the holiday season. But there's a lot that happens behind the scenes of this well-oiled machine, especially during Christmas.
Absolute chaos. It's insane. It is crazy. It is so crazy.
One thing that keeps the Sweetheart Bakery going is the delicious demand for cookies.
It's in the thousands. This year has been just like cookie crazy.
From sweet almond joy, ravishing red velvet, to their extraordinary oatmeal and a town favorite tea cookies, the unique options are limitless.
It'll surprise you sometimes, the types of cookies that you really like. Sometimes your favorite is not, I guess, what you'd expect it to be.
And when you step up to the counter, you could be making the most difficult decision.
Well, it's funny because they actually have a hard time choosing because we have so much to choose from. So they usually just ask Crystal to just make them a nice tray.
Taking some of the load off of people's plates during the busy season is one of the many benefits that comes with creating Christmas cookies.
Because a lot of people don't want to do it themselves. It's easier, you know, and it's nice for us to have a creative outlet. You know, we get to create and make people happy.
Plus,
Homemade tastes better, you know, there's love in it.
the best part for most bakeries is being in the details of all things that are delicious when it comes to Christmas.
I just really love the Christmas vibes. I like the feeling. I like all the colors and the sparkles and the fun.
In Glasgow, because local matters, Carlyle Coppins, WNKY News 40.